So how come our brain is so old, worn out? That is obvious because the thinking machine creates in the brain, conditions the brain into a sense of time. I hope it's clear that it is not this watch, this clock, you see, that tells me, this clock tells me with numbers a certain time. Through these numbers, we can agree together to meet at a certain point, right? And we can synchronize, we can arrange our schedules, we can prepare certain assignments and divide our technical time. Technical time, just as we spoke of differentiation yesterday, is essential, is vital for society, for any kind of normal life. Although I do know that there is one island in Norway that tries to promote, because they have most of the time days that are either without night or without day. And then they just they are trying to promote, at least for this island, that they will have no time anymore. Because time becomes redundant when you don't have it doesn't matter if you are working at so-called night or you are sleeping in the day. But first of all, we are not on this island. And second, it doesn't matter whether we use this technical time or we find our own alternative to feel the cycles of day and night. This still has nothing to do with the feeling of time that we have in our head. That is the time that troubles us, that enslaves us. So what is this time? This time is a sort of a feeling that we have even if we don't talk about it or think about it. This is what I said a few days ago. The thinking machine, its most important influence, its most important thoughts is behind the stage, you see. You're not, it's at the back of your mind. You're not fully aware. The thoughts that we have in our head are minor compared to what is really going on, which is a psychological conditioning. It's like it's a structuring, it's a shaping of our brain. So what is going on, even if when we are unconscious, is the feeling that our sense of self, our sense of psychological completeness, are completely connected to a thread of time, to a past, a present, and a future. And we are always on that thread. We are always moving on that thread. And even when we sit for meditation and we think, oh, now I'm going outside of time, it is still unconsciously there because our meditation is just a part of a chain of meditations. And the one that enters the meditation is already has the past, the memory of yesterday's meditations, the hope that we that from this meditation we will advance so that tomorrow's meditation will be better, and so on and so on. Not to mention, even deeper than that, that when I sit for meditation, I already have at the back of my mind the image, the feeling of what I'm going to do after it. Do you understand? For example, right now, perhaps you already have at the back of your mind and your thoughts are already running ahead to have the feeling of after the retreat. You see? My life after the retreat, on Sunday, on Saturday evening, or perhaps we are waiting for a certain point during the day, or to be released from this talk, from this exhausting talk, and be somewhere else. Not so quickly. So, we have it at the back of our mind, the feeling of something that is going to take place after. And then even meditation is already a part of time. Do you understand? Then it's like more like I'm now taking a vacation from time, but it's a part of my time. So it's never really having the chance to realize that this time doesn't exist. And when I say that this time doesn't exist, I'm saying it exists only if you hold it as images in your brain. Only if you think of it and choose to make it real. And yes, I'm including in that all the traumas you have ever had, all your past experiences. They all have the power because we believe that they continue to shape us. I know that's extreme to say, because this belief is, tremendous. We say, no, this is even in the body. You cannot say that. But the thing is that when you really don't believe that, you realize that it soon leaves the body too. That's how powerful freedom is. And when we need therapy, it's because we don't fully believe that, you see, and we haven't tapped into this sense of total freedom that we will have to go through that until we are convinced. So we have this feeling of belonging to a thread, a continuity. I was, I am, I will be. And this means that we never get to experience, to get to know myself, my very being outside of time. You see? While this is very odd, since most of our being is already outside of time. But as we said yesterday, we over-focus, we put all our attention on what the thinking machine wants us to focus on. And then we experience that our entire being is a part of time.